Welcome to your weekly astrology forecast from Born Without Boundaries. Yeah. So I've called this forecast Spellcast because especially toward the end of the week when the moon and Venus slide into Scorpio. And they happen very close together. Now, of course, the moon will only stay for a couple of days, 2.5 days, basically 2.75, something like that. But the Venus will stick around, and the fact that the two are coming, boom, and hitting together into the scorpionic energy, and Pluto, and how Pluto is playing off the sun right now, and Mars, it's gonna be an extremely powerful time. And I want you guys to understand your power at this time and where it has to come from, or else you're gonna fuck up bad. And the reason why is because when we obsess, and yes, moon in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, Scorpio in general, scorpionic, plutonic energy in general is very obsessive energy. It's very intense, and it can be very single-minded. And the wonderful thing about that is when it is focused, when it is calm, when it is driven through the God space in you, the heart space and faith, you can move mountains in a second. Unfortunately, most people don't have that level of discipline, and so they're just shooting off a bunch of shit that ends up really fucking up potential relationships, potential situations, potential opportunities. There is this incessant need of there's this incessant need of, I want it now, it has to happen now, and yes, I'm right. And the truth is, unless you're aligned with the truth and it's outside of you, it's not about you, it's about how you're vibing and what you're seeing objectively, then you probably aren't right. But we now, at the end of this week, we have so much Scorpionic and Virgo energy, and both times, the darker side of those energies is, I'm right. I'm just right. I know exactly what's going on here. But a lot of times you don't, because it's driven by fear, and it's driven by obsession, and it's driven by desperation and a need to get a reaction ASAP. And so when we go into this very, very powerful time, it is so important for you to understand the difference between your pride and your power. If you stand in your power, you are not acting reactionarily. You are not being reactive. You are flowing in faith. You are understanding. You are comprehending. You are open. If you are reactionary, emotionally reactive, then there's a whole shit ton of destructiveness that's going to start to happen. And you know who it's going to happen to? You. It's not going to happen to the people you're shooting off at. It's going to look like you've won the day because there are these big black holes where you've exploded everything. But what you've really done is dug a trench around yourself and isolated yourself. And that's what happens a lot when we don't listen to the other side of things. Now, Mercury is still very much in Libra and very much wants us to think diplomatically about things in a rational, in a fair way. But when those energies hit, especially at the end of the week, and they're playing off of each other, I'm just going to let you know that rationale and seeing the opposite side of something is going to be weakened and compromised, and jumping to conclusions and being reactionary is going to be the go-to. And remember, this isn't just happening through you, it's happening to you. This could be happening to other people, especially in positions of power. And when power is at play, like power, external power, power over other people, especially when that kind of shit is at play, There is a tendency to abuse this energy. So watch very closely. Watch very closely the behaviors and actions of people in leadership positions or yourself when you take leadership on something. The best way to deal with this energy is prayer, meditation, focus, anything that will help you calm down and clear your mind so that at least bits and pieces of a different perspective is able to come in. Now, I know I've just made it sound like it's a horrible time. It's actually a brilliantly magical time. That's why I have called it Spellcast. But there's lots of different kinds of spells, and I cannot express enough how much I discourage black magic work because it is an energy drain, it is foundationally greedy, and filled with fear. And I know that people will disagree with me on this very controversial topic. Some people say it's assuming your power. Well, if you have power, you don't have to dominate something else or force your will upon something else. That's not knowing your power. That's being scared of somebody else's power. And so you have to mute it and stomp it out. Right? Always the balance is the light. Light is balanced. Remember, light is the harmony of all colors of the spectrum. So light is a balancing point. So to work in light is to work in balance. And so we could just to let you know, find ourselves, especially toward the end of this week, at a very imbalanced place. Simply because there's so much energy surging through us that when we wake up the next day, we'll be like, what happened here? Oh, it was me. Yeah. So remaining conscientious, not just conscious, but conscientious during this time. I'm not saying don't take action, but I'm saying don't take reaction. That's what I'm saying. Let's get into the weekly play-by-play, okay? If you guys are watching this on Astrology Motivation, please remember to like this video and share this video. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, help the channel grow, and also ring that bell and hit all notifications so you know when I upload your favorite content. Usually there's an Astrology Motivation video that comes up tomorrow. I go on live. It is Labor Day tomorrow. I will not be doing that. I think a lot of people are away on vacation, and I want you to enjoy yourself. Just enjoy yourself. You know, we'll have lots of conversations during the week. I am going to do the daily tarot card reading over on Instagram tomorrow, so you can join me for that. You can find me at born_without_boundaries. So let's go over this week. The end of this week is downright magical, so be sure you're casting spells that bring health, wealth, and love that is true and aligned with the universe. The beginning of this week will show us some truths that are always going to be liberating, but won't always be welcome. So this is what I'm saying. If we interact with the energy from the beginning of this week and we allow it to show us even things we don't want to see, allow it to show you what you don't want to see, but what is real, what is true, then you'll know where to cast your energy at the end of this week, because you'll know what's true, right? If you accept what the universe exposes to you today, tomorrow, over the beginning of the week, then you'll know, okay, if that doesn't want me, then I'm not going to waste my wishes on it. Why would I do that? Doesn't make any sense. This is my energy I'll be wasting. So also to not act against anything, because remember, not everything happens in the time that we expect it to. Expectations breed disappointments. So some things may take longer. Don't jump to conclusions. That's going to be another challenge this week, is not jumping to conclusions, right? Because we're going to be so certain of what we want. But remember, our psyche and our ego are very different things, but sometimes we get them confused. Oh, I know it inside. I know. Do you know it, or is just your ego telling you what you want to hear based on your assumptions. It's something to really dig down deep into right now, because ultimately it's going to help you a lot this week, and just because things didn't go the way that you expected them to, forget about expectations. What will really help this week is to just be objective and observe, and try to suspend as much judgment as possible. Forget about judgment. Just take notes on what's happening, what's going on. And you can feel whether or not that works for you. Quality judgments or morality judgments are things you're going to want to avoid. However, judgments of, well, that's comfortable for me and that's not, are ones you're going to want to listen to, right? In other words, that will help you. That kind of mindset will really help you throughout this period of real high, intense energy, so that you can make informed decisions, fair decisions, but decisions that are actually good for you and will encourage your growth and will add to the pavement on your path, as opposed to wreck it, demolish it, and make it more difficult for yourself. The great thing about all this Virgo energy is the ability to be objective about information and put it to practical use or throw it away. Virgos work smart, not hard, and will be glad for this cleansing outlook on life this week, especially in the beginning of the week when we're realizing certain things about certain people that aren't making us so happy. As long as we suspend that darker side of Virgo energy about casting a judgment, and we just cast a decision of, this works for me, this doesn't. I like this, I don't. And put out of our minds, if it doesn't work for me, then you know what, why waste my energy on it? I'm not going to waste my energy on it. I'm not going to. And let it be, and don't close any doors. That's, I guess what I'm saying is, don't close any doors, but at the same time, don't sit there and wait and hold them open. If the wind closes it, let the wind close it, right? You walk through and don't worry about what you're leaving behind you. Don't worry about it. Forward, always forward. That's your focus. This time is about learning who we are and how we want to spend our time, as well as how we should spend our energy. The difficulty this week will be in letting how we wanted things to work out go, and accepting the truth of situations and people. This could mean strong shifts in our interests or alliances, or just how much importance we place on something. The courage of last week has shown us who we are in the eyes of others, even if we didn't like the answers, and what I mean by courage is when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. That's courageous. But also, why are you going to waste your energy hating them? That's cowardly. You're throwing your energy away. Courage is letting somebody be who they are, deciding if it works in your life or if it makes you happy, and then letting it go. Forward. Remember, forward. If they're not a good place for your energy, their expectations are what keeps you stuck in getting angry with them, because now you're still interacting with them. Even if you're not really interacting with them, you're still interacting with them because you're still angry at them. Don't put your energy on them. Stop being angry. If they disappointed you, move on. Move on. Don't take them that seriously anymore. You don't have to hate. You don't have to shove a door closed. That's anger, right? That means you're still thinking about them. And I'm not saying don't honor what you feel, but understand what you feel. Anger is a horrible energy. It doesn't feel good. It makes you feel, it's like a drug. It makes you feel powerful for a second and then crashes you down, right? It's basically self-destruction. Like somebody else has done something wrong. You've seen the meme, right? Somebody else has done something wrong, but you're the one that gets tortured for it, because anger is self-torture. So ultimately, it's like, that's what I'm saying is like, all right, I see what you're about. I see who you are. I see what's up. And I see my way out the fucking door. It's not about not caring. It's about caring so much about your happiness and your right to joy that nothing else, everything else pales in comparison, including a hit you took to your pride. Okay. Accepting the truth of situations and people. This could mean strong shifts in our interests or alliances. The courage of last week, right, to see the truth of something has shown us who we are in the eyes of others. Now it's time to use that information to make the best decisions for ourselves. Next week, after the moon is in Scorpio with Venus, we will be powerful, very influential. But watch this effect on you as much as through you. Individuals with intense Scorpio placements will be especially powerful. And for those in leadership positions, the actions you take now, the actions you take, or the actions of the people in leadership, the actions they take now will show very clearly who you are and what your intentions are. So remember, the spells you cast, people will be able to see. So the vulnerability and the power is self-exposure. It's almost like, if you've ever watched sci-fi, you can't fire your weapons if you're cloaked. And Scorpionic energy has an exceptional way of cloaking itself. But in order to cast its spell, it has to uncloak itself. So you will expose your position, what you think, and who you really are with the spells you cast. And there is an intense vulnerability in that circumstance. And that's what I love. That's why I love universal balance, because it, like, magic has its price, right? All magic has its cost. Now, the good magic, the cost is blood, sweat, and tears, right? It's self-sacrifice, it's determination, it's tenacity, it's hard work. That's a sacrifice, but it's a productive and healthy sacrifice. As long as we stay living in that energy, we have a very, 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 like, a prime opportunity to cast ourselves forward and open up great opportunities and abundances for ourselves. So Sunday, September 5th, here we are today. We are learning how to do things through our God space, aligned with the universe. There is a calm to our disappointments today, as if somehow we understand this isn't the end all be all. The moon is still in Leo, begging to be noticed, to be seen. So get ready to take more chances socially than you normally would. Just be wary of expecting attention. That could lead to disappointments. The moon is square the nodes, so a reality check of our journey here, almost as a self-assessment, right? You may find yourself asking, did I do that again? How do I keep finding myself here? Well, sit with that question for a moment. Why do you keep returning here? What is it that you want? Be honest. And once you know, ask for that. What you really want. Forget about, I want the attention of that person. What do you really, like, what do you want from the attention from that person? What is the outcome? What is the end? I want love, I want connection. That's what you should ask for. Universe, I want love, I want connection. I want the people in my life who are capable of loving me and connecting with me. That's what I want. If you cast that spell, you will be extremely happy. If you cast the spell, I want him, only him, this is his name, and this is his blood type, you are going to be fucking miserable. And probably in a karmic, obsessive relationship for years that you can't escape. Because the universe wants to give you what makes you happy. But it will follow your energy flow. So focusing on what you really want. I want alignment. I want people that are like-minded people who are loyal and faithful and kind and true, and somebody who loves me will love me as intensely as I love them back. Full reciprocity. That's what I want. That's what I want. And for anybody I thought I could have it with, but they've shown me different, I forgot about them. I forget about them. No more energy there. I know what I want. And that's what I'm talking about. That's where that scorpionic energy and that Virgo intensity can really be well applied. When you're focused on what you really want, not what you think you want, not what your pride wants, that specific thing, that one thing, that's stupidity. But I want real friendship. I want to have fun. I want good times. I want people around me who have the same interests as me. I want to be led to those people that will really love me, who I will belong to, who are interesting, who can help me grow. All of those things, saying those things, praying those things, casting those spells. Wow. Wow. You're going to see an immediate turnaround. And that's why people you hang out with and shit maybe start to shift. Right? Let it happen. The universe saying, oh, that's what you want? Well, it's these people here. Oh, you want the real love, reciprocity? It's that motherfucker right there. Believe the universe as well. When the universe shows you what you really want, believe it. Don't be like, oh, but that's not how I thought it would look, so. Oh, but that's not the name that I gave you, so. That's how you could miss opportunities and misuse this energy. FYI. Focus on the why of what you want instead of the what of what you want. And things will start making more sense to you. Right? Why do I want this person? Because in my heart, I imagine connection and camaraderie and companionship. That's what I want. I may have focused on the wrong target, but that's really what I really want. So focus on the why you want something instead of what you want. And things will become much clearer to you. The realities of how we have to get things done may be interfering with how you're preserving what is happening. Just because things aren't as smooth as you want them to be does not mean magic isn't happening. Perceiving of how you're perceiving what is happening. Just because things aren't as smooth as you want them to be does not mean magic isn't happening. Remember, magic is actually a conversation. If it's just you barking out demands, that's dark work. And you don't want to get into it because you'll end up getting stuck in that dark hole. The earth this is earth magic, as we are in Virgo season. So it's a bit less glamorous, but so much longer lasting. Faith is essential today because on so many levels, your self-confidence is being tested. Find your divine today, and then find the divine in you. This will help you through. Mantra for Sunday: I am love. I am divine. I am abundance and loved unconditionally. The divine shines through me, and that is what people see. Monday, September 6th. This is the new moon in Virgo. It's also Labor Day. So new moon in Virgo is a wonderful time to plant the seeds for new beginnings, because it is the ultimate cultivating energy of what I plant today is going to grow. It's going to grow. And it's going to grow beautifully, and I'm going to nurture it. I'm going to be able to stay focused on it long term, so I don't expect immediate turnaround, but beautiful, long-lasting results. Long-term projects go great for a new moon in Virgo. So are you having trouble saying what you want to say, or do you feel you messed up and could have said something better? These are the thoughts running through your head today with Mercury opposite Chiron. The churning may be especially bad when it comes to partnerships. And yes, so much self-doubt while changes are happening inside of us that we not only welcome, but we can't wait for. So we want things to change, but we're also second guessing ourselves, right? This is the kind of challenging energy that's around us on Monday. And yes, so much self-doubt while changes are happening inside of us that, I'm sorry. Uranus is making these shifts to our light and our dark side with the sun conjunct the moon. It's a new moon conjunct the sun, perfect time to start something new, a new way of being. So don't be surprised if you start thinking of changing everything about yourself, as there is an intense tendency toward insecurity still, right? But this could be just the energy you need to get inspired to be different. You're actually being harder on yourself than others are. Be in the dark of the new moon. This is a perfect time to plant the seeds for something that will grow and cultivate over time, right? The actions, think of the dark of this new moon as the soil that a seed is planted into. That's how I want you to see it. The actions of others can confuse you right now, and during the Mars-Neptune transit, you might have to or want to abandon your plans to help someone else. That could come up. It is in the ambiguity of action that you find aspects of yourself that you didn't realize were there, or that you are introduced to different activities that end up opening doors you didn't even know were there. So ambiguity of action, in other words, be willing to take action, wanting to take action, but also listen to the universe as to where it needs your energy, right? And that's going to open up opportunities that your mind couldn't see. That's going to present you with these new differences and changes that you really, really want. This is actually an adventurous and exciting time. Hold tight to faith and know that this confusion is actually the divine reconfiguring things for a surprise reveal. Mantra for Monday: I am faith. I am open. Change is adventure, and I open myself up to the possibilities. September 7th rolls around, Tuesday. If we were trying to avoid change, today is not the day. We're not going to be able to do it. The moon and Mars are right on top of each other, and they are making the skies feisty. It's the day when we kind of just explode. All the insecurities and all the emotional worries will come to the surface, and we will let it loose. We want sexual healing now, but we may be too insecure to ask for it. All this tension is going to build and explode. So get ready for a lot of changes, because Pluto is working on the moon and Mars to interrupt some sort of difference, to change things, to erupt some sort of difference, to change things and make sure that things don't stay the same. Also, to make sure that whatever was hidden in the depths of our souls comes to the surface now. We won't have the strength to fight it. Honestly, it is a great day for making up and making love. Whatever your situation, get ready for this to be a volatile day. But this is really important. The volatility of this day is going to be exceptionally important. It's going to relieve us of tensions that we've been feeling for the past couple of weeks. And it's going to give us an outlet for our truth. So you can rest assured that today is a game changer day. But the changes that are made today were meant to be. Yeah, we're not going to be able to avoid it. Mantra: I am truth. I am heat. I am passion and destiny. Today, I am forced out of my own way. Wednesday, September 8th rolls around. We just got slingshotted into a relationship. Yesterday's tension pushed us into something we wanted but didn't know how to get into. Now we find ourselves coming to reality a bit with the moon now in Libra, a place where it likes to make nice. In some ways it feels like we've been manipulated into a new situation, but maybe that's exactly what we had to be, because our pride and our stubbornness was getting in the way. The intensity we're feeling now is unavoidable and will make us do things that we probably wouldn't have. The universe is giving us the fire to burn at the atomic level. So whatever you've been trying to hold back, forget it. It's all going to come out. Our insecurities will be revealed today, hopefully to the very person they were about. Great ideas or new interests can spring up today, but mostly new relationships or deeper understanding of the person you're currently with. We'll be able to articulate what we feel today, or it will be articulated for us. Our friends may be inadvertently serving as a conduit for much needed clarity. Even if we don't ask them to, it may be something they let slip that helps move things along. Mantra for Wednesday. My heart remains open while my mind turns to trust fate. Inspiration is welcome even from unexpected places. Thursday, September 9th. This is the best day of the week to lay a foundation for your new career or relationship. I know we have the new moon and that's a great time, but this energy is it's almost like a great time to water the seeds that you've planted. With the sun trine Uranus and Pluto, we know what we want and are determined to make the changes we need to get it. Certainty and self-control are the defining aspects of this day. Yes, we feel the push to make a difference, but we also have the patience to work hard to establish something long-lasting. We're moving toward our true north now. This is the perfect week to lay solid foundations because Mercury goes retrograde soon, in about 6 days from this point. About 8 days from this point, so about a week. And we won't have a chance, so it's already in its shadow period, right? And we won't have the chance to make a firm setting because this Mercury retrograde is really going to be a shit show. I'm just letting you guys know that. It's so important today to make to dig deep foundations. You'll have to do this through truth and a healthy dose of eating your own shit when it comes to some feelings. But today is the perfect setting to start something new that will last well into the future. The intensity of today cannot be understated. It may take you by surprise. The mantra for Thursday, I flow. I trust the insanity that will lead to clarity, helping me to understand myself deeper and more completely. Friday, September 10th comes around. Now Venus and the moon move into Scorpio. This is the magical time. So get ready for some hidden emotions and deep-rooted desires to surface now. This is an intensely sensual time when our desire for loyalty and emotional truth could make us reactionary. If somehow you've been able to keep secrets throughout the week, now is when they will be unavoidable, at least to your knowing. You may not be sharing secrets, but you'll be understanding them. You won't be able to repress them anymore. External restrictions could greatly impact our feelings today, making us feel isolated and lonely. Our desires to move forward seem cut off and unbearable. This could cause a great deal of damage to what we thought were long-term relationships. The moon usually does cause major shifts when it's in Scorpio. Extreme reactions can cause destruction. This is when feelings that we should be sharing get swallowed and buried, laying waste to possibly beautiful situations. Unless, of course, we're able to access our sexuality and apply it to this situation, only the bold will survive. Arguments we have today can be so hard on us, but if we use them to learn about or accept the degree to which we feel something, then it could provide lasting insights into the way we love and what we need in order to feel secure within our relationships. Mantra, Lord, protect me from myself today. Help me have faith even when everything seems wrong. I am strength. I am truth. I am courage. Saturday, September 11th. Now, September 11th is kind of a day of mourning still over in the States. It's definitely a day of reflection. So I honor that reflection now. Taking just a second to honor 9/11 and remember, especially in this current energy, the wake-up call that day gave to us. Saturday, September 11th. Can you say intense? That's what today will be. With our moon and Venus now both in Scorpio, we've really gone hardcore into a defensive node about what we feel and desire. Pluto is intensifying this, pressing us to get results or destroy. What doesn't make it past this step will never make it. These energies were designed to make or break relationships and situations. The great part is we won't settle. The truth of our emotions may be buried deep within us, but our psychic talents are bursting out of us and do. So yes, on Saturday, we just know. On Saturday, we do have that intensity of just, but I know. We'll have a surprisingly cool head about what we have to do and what has to be worked out. Almost a cold truth, if you will. Today is the day we'll freeze people out who didn't make the cut over the past week. This is perfect timing because with Pluto trining both the Sun and Mars, you're damn near magical now and could get anyone to do what you want. But there's a difference between real love and appreciation and casting love and attraction spells. One is sincere, the other is manipulation, self-manipulation. So it's best to be clear what opportunities and people really are worth your energy. Once you know this, you will, by today, set your mind on it, and it will be. This is a time of major influence and transition in your relationships and social situations, so be aware. Not beware, be aware. Because others may be trying to get one over on you too. Today, it's of the utmost importance to know where you're putting your energy and who is putting their energy on you. Mantra, I am protected. I am strength. I am truth. In alignment with the universe and the truth of it, I set my energy and welcome success. I love you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend this half hour, 40 minutes with me on a Sunday, especially during Labor Day weekend. I'm sure you guys got other shit to do. I certainly do. I'm going to go out and live my life now. Hope you have a beautiful, bright, and exciting week. Things are heating up, man. Things are heating up as the fall season starts to cool things down, and that juxtaposition is really exciting and adventurous. And if you think about this whole week as an adventure, instead of an attack or assault, it's an adventure. You're actually going to get the best out of the energies this week. So, love to you, happiness to you, fun to you, good times and good memories made to you. And I will see you guys in the Zodiac specific energy readings starting on Tuesday. Bye, guys.